who I know. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? The one and only James Williams Dog Waters, and I'm back. We're digging into the news, and ain't no sunshine for the Democratic Party right now. There is no sunshine. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Ain't no sunshine for them. And I'm gonna show you. There's no sunshine for the Democratic Party right now at all. And I don't think there's ever gonna be any sunshine the way this is going for them. Hold on one second. We about to get to the bottom of this, ladies and gentlemen. This don't make no sense whatsoever. Welcome to the Dog Waters channel, where we explore mysteries, figure out the truth, dive into politics, and anything else you want to know about. That's what we doing over here, baby. Let's go. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? One and only James Williams Dog Waters. I'm back, and I hope you had a great weekend. I had a great relaxing weekend. The thing about covering trends in the news is that as you cover them, they never stop. So you have to force yourself to just relax and chill and realize that, say, bro, there's always going to be something breaking. There's always going to be something going on out here in these streets. But you can't get up to the bottom of all of it every moment when it happens. I'm using this lapel microphone because my bigger microphone right here, the stand broke on it. And I'm waiting on my stand to come in. So to make sure you have proper audio, I will be holding this towards my face. Let us start with digging into the news, ladies and gentlemen. I'll start by saying this to you. We are getting close to a peace deal in the Ukraine, which is a great thing. And I think we can all look forward to peace real soon. Now, whether or not the globalists are going to leave it at that, I seriously doubt it, that they'll just leave it alone and leave it at peace. The reason why I say that is because at the end of the day, they want World War III, and they overthrew the government of Romania in order to get that. Romania is a part of NATO, so if Romania attacks or comes under attack, or a false flag happens in Romania and they blame it on Russia, they can interact and start Article 5 and start World War III. Something for you to be praying about, just so you'll know. Benny Johnson is covering the CMP. Fox News is showing that Donald Trump has taken the CPB app that was allowing people to register to come into the country and turned it around to where you can register to leave the country. If you guys recall, I said that there had to be a way for people to just get up and leave without being deported. You needed to not put people on death's ground. And this single move right here, allowing people to make up their mind and say, hey, I don't want to be in America anymore. This is too much stress for me, and I can leave, utterly decimates the Democrats' talking points of, oh, he's the separating families because he's so evil. He's separating the families.
Well, breaking right now, the Trump DHS is launching a new self-deportation app for illegal immigrants, giving those in the U.S. illegally an incentive to cooperate. And Bill Melugin is live in L.A. with more. Hi, Bill.
And Dana, good morning to you. So this is pretty remarkable. The Trump administration has taken that controversial CBP-1 cell phone app for migrants that the Biden administration was using, and they've repurposed it into a self-deportation app that is officially launching today. And we're getting an exclusive first look at it. Take a look. The app is now called CBP Home. It allows illegal aliens in the U.S. to register to self-deport. They fill out biographical information, including their countries of citizenship, which country they plan to return to, their alien registration numbers, their contact information, and it allows them to upload photos of themselves to confirm their identity. All of it is then submitted to CBP, and they leave the country. Now, you might be asking yourself, well, why would an illegal immigrant want to self-deport? Well, DHS says if they leave now, they will have the opportunity to return to the U.S. legally in the future and chase the American dream. But if they don't leave, they will be found, arrested, detained, and deported with a permanent ban on entry into the United States. In a statement to Fox News, DHS Secretary Kristi Noem said in part, quote, the Biden administration exploited the CBP-1 app to allow more than 1 million aliens to illegally enter the United States. With the launching of the CBP Home app, we are restoring integrity to our immigration system. If they don't self-deport, we will find them, deport them, and they will never return. The Biden administration's use of the CBP One app allowed more than 40,000 migrants to come into the U.S. at a port of entry every single month. That totaled nearly 1 million migrants by the end of his presidency. President Trump terminated that app immediately upon taking office, leading to scenes like this, showing migrants dismayed at the border on the day of his inauguration as they learned their CBP One appointments were canceled and were never coming back. And DHS tells me that any migrants who had that CBP One app on their phone will see it automatically update to this new self-deportation app starting today. And DHS can also use the data from the prior CBP One registrations to track migrants for removal. So in a nutshell, Dana, Trump just took Biden's program, which was bringing migrants in, and has now totally repurposed it to get them out. We'll send it back to you.
And I heard
It's genius what he did. Now watch this. So this is what you call being ahead of your enemy. So first of all, the Democratic Party in such a disarray right now. They don't know what the hell they're doing. After the speech and them attacking families and supporting transgenderism in the manner in which they've done, they're at a loss completely. But he said something very significant, and this is something I don't think anybody ever anticipated. If you have that app on your phone, they can track you. Point blank, period. So that's number one thing. Number two is, see, when it's time to start rounding up mothers and children, they're being given every opportunity to deport and self-deport in a way that's dignified. So it's not like you just pull up on a house, raid the house, grab the mother and the kid, grab the kid out the damn crib, throw the kid and the baby in the mother's arms and put them on a bus and put them on a plane. No. You're getting an opportunity to leave with dignity. Leave with your dignity intact, as opposed to the other way, which is you travel through some prison and all the rest of this. It's a great idea. It's something that Trump needed to do. I'm happy that he finally did it. I'm happy that they listened to wise counsel, because it had to happen. I mean, it really had to happen. So this will shut the mouth of the media up, because when the media starts saying, well, he's deporting families, no. We have an app to where they know it's illegal for them to be here. They can just hit the button on the app and then we're going to book them a flight out of here. These people chose not only not to self-deport, they chose to try and hide. They're criminals, but they've given them every opportunity to do the right thing, which is awesome. I'm sorry. Next thing that we should talk about is, where is my bookmarks? Canada. Let's talk about Canada for a moment. So everybody's under the impression that in Canada that there was an election. No, there was no election in Canada, ladies and gentlemen. It's Trudeau stepped down. And so after Trudeau stepped down, someone from his same globalist party took his place. And so now that globalist is running around spewing stuff. This is not him, by the way. Let me see if I can find him really quickly. But it's just another globalist that took his place. Ooh, and here he is. Mark Carney took Trudeau's place. Now, it's the same party, just a different globalist, a different face on the same party. And so he's talking reckless the same way that Trudeau talked, but he's going a step further. He says he is not taking off any tariffs at all. So he comes in office pretending like he's strong. Now, if you don't know, Mark Carney is a globalist banker. That information should be all over the place. He is a globalist. I'm going to say this. Right now, the media in Canada is getting the Canadian people all up in arms. Canada's America's our enemy. They're attacking our families. They're doing this. America's not attacking any Canadian families. America wants what's best for its people. And this is how you know that Canada is truly not an ally of the United States of America. Because an ally would never say, hey, you're trying to do something better for your people, and I'm going to say it's an attack on us. But no. These are all globalists. So anything that you do that's nationalistic for your nation is an attack on globalism. And let's take a listen.
There's someone who's trying to do the opposite. There's someone who's trying to weaken our economy. Yeah, Donald Trump. And Donald Trump, as we know, has put, as the Prime Minister just said, unjustified tariffs on what we build, on what we sell, on how we make a living. He's attacking Canadian families, workers, and businesses, and we cannot let him succeed. And we won't. We won't. I am proud of the response of Canadians who are making their voices heard and their wallets felt. I am grateful for how our provinces are stepping up to the fight, because when we are united, we are Canada strong.
Canada retarded. Again, guys, these are all liberals. And anybody with any common sense that knows you have the type of trade deficit that you have with America, you would not be sitting there talking reckless. You would say, hey, bro, let's sit down and work out a deal. Let's not talk crazy. But they're leftists, and they keep doing the same crazy foolishness over and over and over again.
The Canadian government has rightly retaliated and is rightly retaliating with our own tariffs that will have maximum impact in the United States and minimum impact here in Canada. And my government will keep our tariffs on until the Americans show us respect.
Man, Donald need to punish this boy.
And until they can join us in making credible and reliable commitments to free and fair trade.
Now, free and fair trade means that everybody has an advantage on the United States of America. That's what free and fair trade means. We've been in a free and fair trade environment. That's how China got to the point to where China was in world economic power. Go back to Bush's and the Clintons and the free and fair trade, which destroyed the Rust Belt, which destroyed America. So I'm just telling you right now, ladies and gentlemen, what you're looking at are globalists who are whining and crying because America wants to be strong. And what will end up happening, just so you understand this, as America's manufacturing comes back stronger and comes back into the spotlight, as tariffs hit other nations and companies come back, which they're doing it already, the jobs increase, wages increase, crime goes down. And so now you have the largest consumer economy in the world, which is, even though we've been screwed over, we've still been the largest consumer economy in the world. It's just that we were just consuming just to consume out of China because they were cheap goods. So it allowed us to be the largest consumer because it was getting crap goods out of China, which didn't last, which intentionally broke, and bada bing, bada boom, right? So what happens now is we become the largest consuming economy, but we're consuming our own goods and services, which means we don't need Canada, which means Canada now has to build up their own manufacturing. They have to build their own jobs. And here's the beauty of it, because nobody's going to explain this to you. Inflation goes down in America and it goes up all over the world because guess what? Now they have to print money to sustain themselves. So they go through hyperinflation and we go through deflation. That's what Donald Trump is trying to do right now. And the globalists and the leftists and the Democrats are fighting against it. When Canada goes through inflation because they need to print their way out of their troubles, when places like China has to print its way out of troubles, which they don't have a problem doing, our economy becomes stronger. What we did was we went into printing money and then giving it away. So when you see people arguing about Doge, well, man, Doge is in all business. Shut up. No. What you're telling me is you support them printing billions of dollars and then giving billions of dollars to other nations. I mean, just in the money alone that they gave to the Ukraine for this BS war, man, every American citizen could be rich. I mean, rich is beyond their wildest dreams. And we're going to have to service the debt. And don't get me wrong, that debt that they're printing, we service with tax dollars. That's why they're sitting there saying America could go bankrupt if we don't cut our expenses. No different in your household. If you got too many expenses before it's time to pay mortgage or rent or whatever, you're behind about to be homeless.
As Krista did. Yeah. And in the meantime, we will ensure that all the proceeds from our tariffs will be used to protect our workers.
He gonna get walked over by Donald Trump. Next thing, let's go to the globalists for a second, and let's go to what they're saying they've been trying to do and what they want to do. Because these are lizard people. Let's just keep it real. Let's listen to what the lizard people want to do to me and you. And I personally, this is what they're already doing. If you don't believe me, just go listen to what Bill Gates has to say. But this is what they really want to do to people like me and you.
Climate change is one of the biggest problems that we face today. Millions could suffer hunger, diseases, coastal flooding as a result of climate change. We may be beyond the point of no return. Scientists believe that we have no choice but to consider geoengineering. This is large-scale manipulation of the Earth, such as spraying sulfate aerosols into the ozone layer in order to increase the reflectivity of the planet.
That's a conspiracy theory, right?
But geoengineering is very, very risky. We have never attempted these technologies on such a large scale.
You already been doing it.
So we could end up destroying the entire ozone layer.
So what's your solution to the problem?
I want to consider a class of solutions that have never been considered before.
Oh, yes, they have.
Human engineering. It involves the biomedical modification of human beings.
Now stop and pause. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've been watching me for the longest, then you know the background that I have on YouTube. My channel on YouTube started as a paranormal cryptid channel where I exited that community because of the utter wickedness and treachery and foolishness in it. And one of the things that's most prominent in that community is the talk of the Nephilim. I mean, it's a religion of the Nephilim. Everybody talks about the giants, the Nephilim. It's like, yeah, you know, you talked about the giants. Yeah. They don't talk about the reason why the angels fell, because they wanted to destroy the bloodlines of humanity so Christ Jesus couldn't come into this earth to put on a flesh suit as God and walk around and go through all the temptations that all of us went through. So when he ascended into heaven and he sits there and advocates for you, he can advocate from a point of understanding everything that you went through as a human being. They will never say that. No one ever explains that because they are priests of Nephilim. Let's just keep it real with you. I'm going to tell you 100%. Nobody's going to say what I'm saying because they are priests and they get rewarded. The rewards of priests of being priests of Nephilim, which they get money, they get honor, they get all these rewards for preaching Nephilim. Let's just keep it real. That's all it boils down to. But someone else will look at this and they'd be like, as in the days with Noah, so shall it be in the end of time. Because this is what they're doing. I want to explain something to you like this. These serpentine Canaanite bloodlines ain't never left this planet. And so these same bloodlines is trying to do the same damn thing that they've been trying to do, which is change the image of man and woman to piss God off. That's what it all boils down to. That's what it all comes down to. Matter of fact, let me just go off script for a moment and say it and show you like this. Why in the hell do you think they do stuff like this? Why do you think this is so important that this kind of stuff is marched around in public? Get on the screen with your ugly behind. Why do you think they got to show stuff like this? Why do you think? Give me the music. Why do you think that's so prominent? You want to know why? You want to know why? Because that's what pisses the Lord off. To the highest point of pissivity, where he get the He get to moving off his throne and coming through and destroying nations because they done got so perverse that he done got pissed. This is what it's all about. So that's level one of it. What this boy over here is talking about is the final level. Where you at? Him right here? Him? Get on the screen. This is the final level. The final boss.
I want to consider a class of solutions that have never...
I want to consider put my foot up your behind. How about my size 14 kick you in your butt? How about we consider this? And I ain't gonna lie to y'all. See, this pisses me off, man. Because the average person doesn't see this. And it's a violation of free will. So when they start spraying stuff in the sky to genetically modify you, which they're doing, when they start jabbing you up with stuff to genetically modify you, you know what I'm saying? It's a violation of your free will. The problem is the average individual in the spirit realm, ignorance is no excuse. Just because you ignorant, you didn't know that Matthew Lau was plans on genetically modifying humans. And you go eat his genetically modified food, and it genetically modifies you to make you eat less meat and basically give you an intolerance, like be lactose intolerant. Now you're meat intolerant. You're still responsible because you're supposed to be paying attention and know. But at the same time, everything around you is designed so you don't pay attention. It's the biggest trap on the planet. So those who pay attention, who wake up other people, there's a reward for you. I'm going to tell you right now. Matter of fact, if you haven't accepted Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, and you watch my channel, take the opportunity to do it now. Say, Jesus, I invite you into my heart and I accept you as my Lord and Savior. Because, brother, sister, let me tell you something. Where we headed, the bull crap that we gonna go through, just in the short time period, as we get things on the right track, is terrifying. Because we got to deal with these people. We got to deal with them.
Been considered before. Human engineering. It involves the biomedical modification of human beings. I'll give 4 examples. Here's one. 18% of greenhouse gas emissions come from livestock farming. So if we eat less meat, we could significantly reduce our greenhouse gas emissions.
And he believed this crap.
Now, some people would be willing to eat less meat, but they lack the willpower.
Didn't I just say violation of your free will? He's just about to explain it to you, man.
Human engineering could help. Just as some people are naturally intolerant to milk or crayfish, like myself.
Didn't watch this. It's obvious. I didn't watch none of this. Thank you, Lord.
Artificially induce mild intolerance to meat by stimulating our immune system against common bovine proteins. And in this,
I want to stimulate an immunity to air for you, bro. An immunity to oxygen for you. Let's stimulate that.
Way we can create an aversion to eating eco-unfriendly food.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Let's clap for it.
And we can do this, for example, by having meat patches.
You will eat Did this boy just say meat patches?
Kind of like nicotine patches. People can then wear these patches before they go out for dinner to curb their...
And look at her. She's like, oh my God, this is such a great idea. We can eat a meat patch. Oh, I'll be the first one to get a meat patch. Oh, wow. Wow, meat patches. Oh my goodness. Let me find a meat patch. Oh, honey, we're going to a restaurant tonight. Everybody's eating steak. Do you have my meat patch? Oh my goodness. Okay, now we can sit in this Texas Roadhouse restaurant while they eat meat. I have my meat patch. Could you give me a salad, please? Fuck out of here. Bunch of damn idiots.
Enthusiasm for eating meat.
Shut up. This is the stuff we dealing with. This is the stuff we dealing with, man. And then when you get deeper, I'm talking about way deeper into the conspiracies of what's going on, it's clear that all that money, all that USAID money, all the money that everybody's like, yeah, you know, they out on the streets marching. the Black Lives Matter got 3 mansions. It's clear, man, that it's all been fake and fraudulent. Even this clown, the money that this clown is talking about using, the money this clown is using to propose this and create this is your money. That's what pisses me off. It's your money. It's my money and I want it now. It's your money, man. It's your money. So they're going to use your money to biologically engineer or biologically engineer your body to where you can't eat meat. It's crazy. But they're going to use your money to do it to you. And then brag like, yeah, you know, I bioengineered, I hacked human beings to where they can't eat meat. But he used your money. All your paper. This is why I be taking a break. Because it's just disgusting. It's like you can see the truth and you can see through the news and then you're like, oh my God, look at these people. They're crazy. God, when you going to blow them up? Blow them up. You know what I'm saying? Here's CNN talking about Project Veritas dealing with CNN. And we already knew CNN uses propaganda. It's not like disclosing the fact that CNN uses propaganda is anything new. But here's Project Veritas exposing the fact that they use pure propaganda.
Use propaganda?
Oh no,
Okay, can you define propaganda? Like, I think I know, but like, how is it? What's the mechanism?
If the agenda, say, is to like get like Matt Gaetz right now, he's like this Republican, like he's a problem for the Democratic Party because he's so conservative, right? And he can cause a lot of hiccups in passing of laws. So it would be great for the Democratic Party to get him out. So we're going to keep running those stories to keep hurting him and make it so that it can't be buried and like just, you know, settled outside of court and just like, you know, if we keep pushing that, it's helping us. That's propaganda. It's helping us in something.
Use propaganda?
Of course, we know that CNN pushes propaganda. It's the fakest news network on the planet. So it's no surprise when this truth comes out. The issue with this type of truth is you need to get it to the people who watch CNN. I wish there was a way you can just airdrop this kind of stuff on their phones every morning. Like if you could just hack every liberal phone and just at 7:30 just bloop, drop them a video. And bloop, drop them another video. Until they could see it for themselves, but they have to have free will and they have to make the choice to know the truth. And then the truth will set them free. And a lot of these people just don't choose to know the truth. Let's talk about Jasmine Crockett. Guys, I had a conversation with a friend of mine. That was earlier this morning. We were talking about some trading techniques. And Jasmine Crockett's name came up. And he said something so profound. He'll be launching his podcast real soon. And I will be promoting the launch of his podcast because he's a damn genius. He said, man, you know, they're trying to get this race war started with people like Jasmine Crockett. He said, when I look at Jasmine Crockett, this is what he said, not what I said. He said, when I look at Jasmine Crockett and I look at the way she behaves, the ratchet nature, the caterpillar eyelashes, all the cursing and foul language, if I was a white guy, I wouldn't have a problem with somebody rolling over her with a car. And he was like, you know what? She'll never be the one that gets hit by a car when a race ride starts because she's the one that's designed to start the race ride. It'll be my old lady and your old lady that somebody take it out on. And I told him, I said, I understand what you're saying, brother, but let's just pray to Jesus we don't get to that point. Because based on the way people like Jasmine Crockett, Hakeem Jeffries, what's the bald head one that looked like something from Mad Max, behave, the Somalian slave owner, somebody won't hurt them people. Yeah, they make somebody want to do something to them. But I'm hoping nobody does nothing to anybody. But I can understand where he's coming from.
Jasmine Crockett says it is not a crime to enter the country illegally. Watch this.
They continue to say things like the illegals and that they broke the law coming in. But what they're not telling the American people is that it is a civil violation. It is not a criminal violation to enter the country illegally.
And the craziest thing is, to the white folks in my audience, I'm gonna need y'all to just sit over there for a little while. Just sit down. The craziest thing is y'all Negroes voted for this thing. Somewhere in her district, somebody with darker hue skin hit a button and voted for this ratchet, raggedy ass broad. And she's sitting there telling you that she gonna let even more illegals in the nation to move into your black neighborhood, your brown neighborhood. That's why I told my white brothers and sisters, go and sit over there, sit in the stands right now and don't read it. They sitting in the stands while I'm talking to you. Because ain't nobody going to their neighborhoods. When they do go to their neighborhoods, they trying to rob, steal, and kill. But they ain't moving in their neighborhood. They moving these people in your neighborhood. And you like, we built America. Yeah, it was the black man that built the White House. And then you put Negroes in office that come in and let people skip you in line and get millions and millions of dollars. Them people got billions of dollars. All right, all my white brothers and sisters, come on out the stands. Let's get back. Come on. I'm done. I'm off my soapbox. See, I knocked my glasses off. I'm done. Come on. Y'all come back. Let's finish listening to Jasmine Crockett.
Jasmine Crockett says it is not a crime to enter the country illegally. Watch this.
They continue to say things like the illegals and that they broke the law coming in. But what they're not telling the American people is that it is a civil violation. It is not a criminal violation to enter the country illegally. It's not a criminal. It's a crime. It's not a crime. Don't give me this fake outrage about criminals roaming our streets when you guys stand 10 toes down for the biggest criminal that we have ever seen go into the White House.
Well, an interesting comment there.
Tom Homan needs to arrest this bro. Lock her up. I would like to see the lock her up chance that was for Hillary Clinton start for Jasmine Crockett. And you know what? They're going to say racism, but I don't care. Lock her ass up.
Tom Homan joins me now. Here's the question, Tom. Is it a crime or a misdemeanor to enter the country illegally?
It's a crime, period.
It's a crime to enter the country illegally on Title 8, United States Code 1325, and it's really pathetic that any member of Congress don't understand what the law says. They wrote the law. They enacted the law. It was signed by the president. It's a criminal violation to enter the country illegally. If you've entered it prior, it's a felony. So, I've been saying this for I don't know how long on your show, and I had to educate AOC years ago during the hearing that it's a crime to enter this country illegally.
You need to educate these bros by locking them up. I'm sorry. And the only reason why they're doing this is because they feel like they untouchable. That's what gets under my skin. They don't have any honor. They don't have any civility. And they don't have respect for the United States of America. So they'll go on TV and they'll say anything. They don't even respect the office that they hold. So they'll go on TV and they lie. And really think about it, guys. There's only two options with Jasmine Crockett. Either Jasmine Crockett is a bold-faced, caterpillar eyelash-wearing liar, or she's a damn buffoon and an idiot. That's the two options. Both of them are bad options. If you telling me, Jasmine, that you not lying and you don't know the truth, then that means you a buffoon and an idiot. It's one thing to be a black woman in leadership and be a liar. It's another thing to be a damn buffoon and an idiot. On both sides of the coin, you unqualified to be in a position. On both sides of the coin, you need to be removed. That's why that brother gonna run against you and kick your butt.
And we're going to enforce those laws.
You need to enforce the laws. This is one of the ones that I wanted to cover last week and I didn't get around to. Because as you see this demographic shift, and you're going to see, I'm going to tell you something, you're going to see a huge minority demographic shift towards Trump. You saw one just now. When we get to these midterms, barring that he's able to turn on the economy just enough, you're going to see black voters shift in the Republican direction and away from the Democratic Party, and Latino voters, because it was the men that shifted the first time. And it was this strife between black men and women. And that's why you had like Barack Hussein Obama and Michelle Hussein Obama on there saying, well, if your husband voted against you, then he shouldn't get no dinner and he shouldn't be at that dinner table and blah, 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 blah. And then they created this narrative that when black women are speaking, you should listen, so they can get the liberal white women to get on board. Not realizing that the liberal white women, if you were to look at the dynamic of a black household and you wanted that same dynamic, you can listen to them women if you want to. You're going to have the same problems that they got in their household. But nonetheless, stop, pause, do the beanie weenie, all. Let me get back to the point. The point I'm making is this. You're going to see a shift unlike anything you've ever seen. And it's going to take that shift to completely decimate these people. And this is what they're talking about in this clip, how there already was a shift. But the next shift is going to be black women. The ones who said, hey, man, I voted for Trump. And now they're getting the rewards of seeing, well, damn, I voted for Trump and he's doing everything he said he was going to do. Everything he talked about, I'm seeing it happen. And now I'm watching my friends attack me because I said I voted for Trump. Yeah. Everybody's got to go through the persecution of being a Trump supporter. And it's really not necessarily a Trump supporter. It's the persecution of being for America. Because that's what they've created. They created a system of persecution for someone who supports their nation. You tell somebody you're Republican, you tell them you voted for Trump. You have to tell them you voted for Trump. Let's say you voted for a Republican candidate in your state. You know what I'm saying? You voted for the Republican governor. I can't believe you did that. You a sellout. Persecutions. That's all it is. It's persecutions. And I'm fine with being persecuted. I'm fine with it. I got tough skin.
I want the party that I have grown up with, that I even at this point in my time am questioning, like, where do I fit in it, to find the authentic voice.
Exactly.
It is not about performance. It is not about that. I want to talk to the people who are in my family, who are my friends, who are hurting in this country, and ask them, what do you need and what do you want from us right now? And then work to develop policies to deliver.
Well,
You've been pretty loud about that, and you ignored them. You've lost the African-American vote. You're leading the Latino vote.
We did not lose the African-American vote.
That's misinformation.
92% of black women voted.
Trump did better than any Republican in history.
But that does not mean we lost. We did not.
Ooh, they got triggered when he said you lost the African-American vote. And this is the meltdown that you see coming, guys. Understand. Their rebuttal was 92% of African-American women voted for Kamala. And this is why they're going to put a black woman on a ticket. They're going to put Jasmine Crockett on a ticket or some black woman on a ticket because they need to try and keep that 92% of black women engaged. That's why you see Jasmine going around with the caterpillar eyes all over the place. And see, they can't put Jasmine and Hakeem Jeffries on the same ticket because it does not fit their quotas for race. They can put Tim Walz on the ticket with Hakeem Jeffries, but then they don't get the black woman vote because they got to represent everybody. So they need to put somebody on that's black and somebody that's white. But then the background has to be the right background. So Jasmine Crockett takes care of the black women, and she can get ratchet enough to make sure that she can quote unquote get to the hood. But that is all that she offers. Tim Walz offers the kind of flaky, submissive, liberal white male that makes people happy, that's non-threatening to all the organizations of the rainbow, honey child. So you can run that one, but you can't really go with a Gavin Newsom because Gavin can fit in the middle and he's too moderate for the radical leftists in the Democratic Party. You understand what's going on? And they cannot admit that they are destroyed. So we are going to watch the Democratic Party reap what it has sown because we are in the season of reaping what you sow. Have you not figured that out? Yeah, I figured it out. I'm watching people reap stuff all over the place. I'm sitting there like, damn, that boy sowed all that wickedness and he reaped it all at once. And I'm looking over here and I'm saying, damn, she sowed some good stuff. Look at her life. Her life look real good. And I'm sitting there saying, God, I did a lot of sowing. I need some reaping too. I sold some bad things, but I sold them to make sure. But how about we just kill those crops and then let's just get the good ones. Let me get back to these people.
You are losing them. You are losing the Latino vote because they are leaving you. Why? They don't have to tell you today because they've been telling you for 20 years and you've ignored them.
And if you listen to the Latino vote right now, they are asking you, why are you deporting their family? They thought that they were going to be the exception to the rule, and they are disappointed in the way the immigrants.
See that look right there? That look right there. That see that look on that face? That's why ain't nobody voting for y'all. That right there. That. On my neck popper, watch. This is my neck pop. Put it over here. See my neck pop? That right there? Ain't nobody voting for that? Yeah. This is it. Like they Barry Sanders. Come on, Barry Sanders. Keep talking, Barry.
Immigration policies being. So I would just.
Let me rewind it. Slow motion replay.
And if you listen to the Latino vote right now,
here it come.
They are asking you, why are you deporting their family? They thought that they were going to be the exception to the rule, and they are disappointed in the way the immigration policy is being. So I would just say, don't be so cocky right now. Y'all won. You lost 6 straight years, though, after Donald Trump, to be clear. You got to win. You put a win on the board.
It was clear that he was shutting down the border, and they supported him for
And then when you talk to them now, they say, I didn't think it was going to impact me. But it is. Poor people, poor white people are saying, I didn't think the cuts were coming to my farm in Kansas, and now I have silos filled with grain because you closed
the Democrat Party shouldn't be talking about people in poverty. Go to California and you tell me one Republican policy that drove the highest homeless rate, the highest mental health crisis.
I'm not saying
they do
it's
nothing.
perfect.
And there's
Yeah.
no
I'm just
Republican
saying.
policy there. You just look at California. Thank you, Gavin Newsom. You're the biggest pitch man for why the Republican Party cares about results and getting things done, and not just big talk that has failed the folks
Catch
that
me
backed
in
them for
4
several
months.
years.
Oh, yeah. They don't like that. And here's the thing. Let's just talk about the immigration for a second. If you were born and raised in America, and you are a naturally born American citizen that is a Latino, or if you're a person who immigrated to America and you are a Latino, and you came the right way, ain't no way in Sam hell you support somebody coming the wrong way. We've seen it in the polls. We've seen it all over the polling data. And I can tell you now, black men is not about to swing back and vote for no Democrats. That ain't happening. If anything, black men is steadily leaving the plantation, getting away from master. They're like, master, I don't want to dance for you no more, master. You don't feed me nothing. I'm tired of eating all these hoe cakes, master. Master, they got pizza inside the house. You gave pizza, master. You gave turkey. You gave turkey legs and fried turkey legs. You gave everything to the people that just came onto the plantation illegally. They ain't never working the field, master. They ain't never working the field. You got me out here in this heat, master, and they ain't never working the field. And you done took them in there and you done gave them king cake, you done gave them pound cake, you done gave them everything, master. No, I don't want No, I'm not doing it, master. And that's what's going on. Watch this. I want to find the one. Hold on. I got to put this microphone down. I got to show you this. And it's amazing that, first of all, how they know where our vice president going to be. Second of all, what gives them the audacity to think that you should surround a vice president of the United States of America? Who told you that you're going to be all right doing that? Yeah. See, I ain't going to lie to you. I'd have been on the news because I'll be the vice president. I got my side piece. Well, Mr. President, Vice President, sir, you don't need to carry. Nah, I carry everywhere. I'm carrying my pistol. And I'm popping your leg. Yeah, I'm going to pop you in your leg. I'm going to shoot you below the kneecap. Yeah, you going to run up on my daughter. Man, this is crazy. Yeah, this is crazy. I want to find the video. This is when they went after the little girl. This is not the one. But this is the problem with these liberals. They don't have no respect for children. This ain't J.D. Vance, though. But this is the kind of stuff that they're doing. And see, hold on. I'm going to shrink this down a little bit. And it was so crazy that the other protesters like, yo, what you doing? But this is what I'm talking about. Look how she like, yo, what you doing, yo? You don't do that. She's like, what's wrong with you? Like, she about to put hands on him. Like, yo, what you think you doing? She's like, you gotta go. That's what I'm saying. Everybody want to talk about, oh, the Republicans don't have no civility. No. Show me a clip where you gonna find at a Trump rally or anybody rally where somebody go get, I don't care what skin color they are, they go get in a child's face and scream at them. That's a conservative. Anyway, you ain't gonna find it because I took some time looking for it. It's this audacity that they have, and it's crazy. And I can tell you why people do it, because they never had them paws put on. Nobody put them hands on them. This girl right here was about to get hands put on. I'm gonna tell you, watch this sister right here. Even though she protested, see, there's certain lines you don't cross, certain stuff you don't do. Here it is. She like, yo, they go, yo. She like, yo, what are you doing, yo? And here it comes, yo. What the fuck is wrong with you, yo? No, you don't do that. See? She like, nah, you don't put your hands on nobody, child. This is what we missing in America. People gotta understand, certain lines you don't cross. Swinging it back to the president of the United States. If that's how you behave with a random dude's child, and it should be protective of children, bro, it's, man, I thank Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. I appreciate you, not man. Because I'm telling you, I would lay hands. You know I'll do it, Lord. You know I will do it. Here it is right here. You know I'll do it. You know I'll do it, Lord. You know I'll do it, and I don't have no problem doing it. Here it is.
Illegal war. Well, sir, I agree. Actually, the Russians do have some manpower problems. The Ukrainians have more manpower problems. The Russians have more numbers. They have armies larger. They have more population. They have more military age males and females. Exactly why we should be supporting them.
Don't you think it's up to the Ukrainians to decide what they want to do?
Well, again, their support, their ability to continue fighting is heavily dependent on the American support.
Right, so you're yanking for them. People are dying.
What I told the gentleman earlier is that we think it's in the best interest of our country, frankly, in the best interest of the Ukrainians, for the war to stop. No one has articulated a strategy.
Selling them out. Absolutely.
With respect, ma'am, I disagree. I think what we're doing is we're actually.
And this is the craziest thing. So you confront the vice president when he with his child, and you say he's selling out the Ukrainians. But you confront the vice president while he walking around with his kid. There's a level of stupidity. I mean, it's just stupid. For example, let's just put ourselves on the side of a liberal that really believes that the people in Ukraine are our problem, and really feels like you don't want it. I might be really passionate about this, right? If I wanted to make a point and pitch my case to the vice president of the United States, and I'm seeing him walking with his daughter at Secret Service, and there's 20 of us, but I really want to make my case with him, I'm not going to go surround him. I'm going to say, hey, excuse me, Mr. Vice President, sir, Mr. Vance, Vice President Vance, can we borrow a moment of your time from the other side of the street? I'm not going to walk up on it with no signs. I'm not doing none of that. Excuse me, sir. Can we borrow a moment of your time, sir? It won't take long. We like to speak with you. I'm going to tell everybody, hey, listen, 2 of us are going over there to talk to the vice president. Do not come across the street with these signs. Do not come over here and make a scene. This is the vice president of the United States. Now we got an audience with him. And so now I'm going to lay out my case to him. Well, Mr. President, Mr. Vice President, this is what we believe is happening. Boom, 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 bada bing, bada boom, bang, bang. But I'm not finna surround him with his 3-year-old daughter and shout nothing. I'm not finna put 10, 15 people around him with multiple people talking at him. That is no way in the world do you make your case in that manner, and it's accepted. Only thing you do is put the man on defense. And then on top of that, you make yourself look like an idiot, because anybody with an ounce of common sense says, hold on, bro, that's the vice president. Anyway, I couldn't explain that no better than
forcing a diplomatic settlement. If you talk to Joe
Biden, in Ukraine benefits. No. What about the revolutionary war?
Do you think Russia can be diplomatic?
This is what happened when you got liberal cat women.
A separate country, and I don't think our investment in that country can go on indefinitely. I understand the disagree.
Now is you're forcing to settle.
we're forcing both the Russians and the Ukrainians.
Ride your long saddle.
Exactly. They certainly invaded Ukraine in 2022. But there's
See, you got more patience than me. If I'm vice president and you done ran up on me when I'm with my daughter, I'm going to say, hey, you handled this the wrong way. Well, you're the president. We should talk to you. Yeah. But you see me walking around with my daughter. You handled this the wrong way. I'm not even about to hold a conversation with you. Since you want to bum rush me and surround me, I'm not about to show you no respect because you ain't show me no respect. You ain't show me no respect. Nah, I'm not having no damn civil no. And then you got to remember, he tried to take his family just recently to go skiing, and we saw the people lined up on the side of the road while the man was going skiing. So somebody in the government is leaking his location so these people know where he's going to be. And if I'm the vice president and clearly somebody's leaking my location, I'm pissed off. So I'm sitting there saying, hey, CIA, somebody come in here. Delta team, I need y'all to get up in here. Yes, Mr. Vice President. There's a SOB that's leaking the location of my family. I want him found. I want him waterboarded. I want him flown and dropped out of a plane. Yeah. Drop him out of a plane. You know what I'm saying? Put him in a black bag, drop him out of a plane. Them laying in the woods somewhere. Feed him to Bigfoot. That's what we're doing. We're feeding them to Bigfoot. There was and still is a massive cyber attack against X. We get attacked every day, but this was done with a lot of resources. Either a large coordinated group or a country is involved. Of course, they're going to be attacking X because he just pointed out the fact that Act Blue, which is, I guess that's the number one story right now, that Act Blue was using their money that they had to finance attacks on him. I'm not going to go to Act Blue. Let's go to Van Jones. We're going to let Van Jones explain the truth, and then I'm done. I got an interview with somebody a little while. We need to figure out what we're going to talk about. I gave myself until about 4:15 to get this done. But it's starting to dawn on Democrats that they're screwed. But these are hard-headed people. They're the kind of people that when they was kids, they kept on touching a hot stove. Mom would be like, don't touch that stove, it's hot. Psst, Mom would calm them down. They go back again. Psst, they're hard-headed. And they don't understand.
Yeah. And then just lastly, Van, in terms of Democrats and where they go from here, this last week we did see them some people try to protest during the president's address and then House leadership getting onto them, other Democrats calling them out. They still seem to be wandering around trying to figure this out. What's your take?
Can we ask another question? Do I have to talk about my own party? Can we talk about Ukraine or something? No. Look, man, we're screwed. I mean, we don't know. No, Democrats don't know what to do. This is a nightmare. Somebody like Donald Trump, we thought we'd at least have Hakeem Jeffries in the speaker's chair to hold him back if we didn't have Kamala in there to do the right thing. Listen, the Democratic Party is going through a massive set of internal crises. You have a party that got trapped two ways. One, defending a broken status quo that nobody likes because they thought that Donald Trump was going to make it worse. But when you're defending the status quo, you're
stuck
with
it.
And then offending most people in the country, calling everybody sexist and racist and transphobic and every other name, and then saying, please follow us. That's not a good strategy, folks. Defending a broken status quo and offending most of the country turns out is not as popular as my party thought it was going to be. And so it's going to take a while for people to get it figured out. I don't like talking about this. I'd rather be beat up. Can you give me something I can beat up Shermichael about? I don't want to talk about my own party.
I know. It's a tough question.
Let me tell you, it's probably going to take them 3 election cycles to get to the point to where the Democratic Party has completely thrown out the extreme progressive left. And I'll explain it to you like this. So we have midterm elections. They're going to they're going to run on the same things they've been running on. For the midterms, they're counting on people being dissatisfied with what Donald Trump has done. In the meantime, he's in the middle of stopping the whole entire war, right? When he brings the Ukraine war to an end, I mean, hell, that's one major accomplishment. And in the first 100 days, there's been just ample major accomplishments that he can tout. So right now, what the Democratic Party is banking on running on is the dissent and the anger of the bureaucracy that was fired. It's not going to work because the bureaucracy, which was inside of Washington, D.C., which were the people who got fired, were hardcore leftists. They were already voting against Donald Trump. So that was a part of they were already a part of their voting bloc. The next thing that they're voting on, they're counting on is the hardcore liberal, like progressive aspect of the party sticking with them, which that's fracturing and breaking. Then their coalition of color, which would be blacks, Latinos, Asians, and all the rest of it. Their coalition of color. All that's fractured. Every last drop of it is fractured. And then they cannot present leadership. I mean, there's no strong leadership that they can present. Hakeem Jeffries is like, I am Hakeem Jeffries, and I am running for Congress or for president. That's not going to work. Jasmine Crockett got caterpillar eyes. AOC got crazy eyes. Tim Walz is extremely feminine. Name a person that they could run for anything. Name a person that they could run for dog catching. No. Name a person that they could run for poop scooper. Like somebody that just went out and scooped poop off the ground and put it in plastic bags. That anybody would vote for. Don't have it. The only person that they have that they can run is Wes Moore. And they have isolated Wes Moore unlike anything you've ever seen. That's the dog in the race. That's the dark horse that they refuse to acknowledge the real dark horse. They'll put up Hakeem Jeffries and get their butt whipped before they put up somebody who meets the profile that would actually be a more traditional Democrat. I don't see anybody they can run with. I don't see anybody that can get behind as leadership, and they're going to keep offending people all the way until the midterms. So there's no hope for them. They have to go through their civil war and decide what party they're going to be, or they're going to crumble and they will not exist as a party anymore. But I don't see them winning. And then when you start to, for example, in Syria right now, they are executing Christians, crucifying and executing them. You can look it up on X. I can't play it on YouTube because YouTube will ban me for it. But they're crucifying and executing Christians in Syria right now as we speak. The overthrow of the Syrian government happened under Joe Biden. So essentially, Joe Biden overthrew the Syrian government. Assad fled to Russia, and then the gap was filled with the Syrian rebel party, and then they started killing Christians. When that starts to hit home, and people actually start to see the images of that alone, people gonna have a problem. So I just don't see how they get past this, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know how they get around this. I don't see a way around it for them. I honestly don't. I just don't see a way that they get back to prominence at all. And the conversations about Stephen A. Smith, and I mean, I just don't see it. And then when you see the breakdown of the mainstream media that supported them, it's just not there. I'm sorry. There's no winning for them. There's no winning in the cards for them, ladies and gentlemen.